Hey everybody, it is January 2nd. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning of this new year. I hope New Year's was fantastic. Ours was. I didn't get this video up because we're having some family time and I just couldn't pull back and go off on my own yesterday very much. But I wanted to do a quick year-end review for 2017 and then move on to some quick goals for 2018 and share that with you. So for 2017, quite a few things changed last year. There were some, at the beginning of the year, I lost a couple of dear friends, and that was kind of hard to go through because they were really beautiful people, and they were people that, once that light goes out, you really feel it in your heart, and you feel it in the world, but I let their life inspire me as to how I was going to go forward in 2017 and in making some changes for my own life and in focusing inward a bit, which I did. So some of the things that I had changed was, or some of the things that I experienced were, number one, OMAD, 1 meal a day, that lifestyle, which was fun to do, but got a little hard after a while to have 1 meal a day, just because it was really hard to wait until that moment of eating. And then I found that maybe I started eating a little too much because of the anticipation leading up to it. So I ended up thinking it was best for me to move on. Although I did do some intermittent fasting, which is also included in OMAD, and I do like intermittent fasting, but I just use it occasionally when I need to. I also tried a bit of paleo, and that was great. It's just that I don't see myself doing that long term. For the long term, I still do love adding in carbs and using my carbs. And I ended up joining Weight Watchers back in March, and I really loved that. I ended up trying so many things within the realm of Weight Watchers. I tried a bit of summer sizing, tried a bit of intermittent fasting during Weight Watchers, did, a few different things, even some low carb days and things like that. And I found as long as I had that calorie base of where, what Weight Watchers program was expecting from me, I always had something to go back to that kind of kept me tethered in a foundation. And so I really love the way the program is laid out. I ended up trying Simply Filling later in the year, which I absolutely loved. But when they started Freestyle on December 3rd, I found that gave me even more versatility in my diet, and I ended up switching and doing that. So I'm really loving Freestyle right now. Some other things I did last year, I changed my channel name, and also I broke up with soy due to intolerance. I changed my diet quite a bit. I had the stomach flu, joined a diet bed, won the diet bed, took 17 pounds off last year, which I'm very proud of. Went from a blonde to a redhead, deep redhead, and then ended up going to auburn with highlights. That's where I'm now. I gave up sugar last year, got back on sugar last year. We had a child hospitalized, which also got through, and are still working through, a lot of people in Vegas still working through the tragedy in Vegas that we encountered last year. Last year I came up with a whole bunch of vision words that ended up helping me through the diet bed. And those are wonderful. I love vision words. Vision words for a week. I would make a card and share that. I still have those cards that I keep in the back of my planner. I met with YouTube friends. I met a whole bunch of YouTube friends last year, got connected in several groups and during 2017, and I absolutely love it. I found that the Weight Watchers community is extremely supportive and very positive and very uplifting as well. We took a trip to Disneyland last year, which we actually planned after we met some YouTube friends, and so we got to spend some time with them. We started homeschooling last year, so I would say, looking back on last year, it was the year of change. It was a real year of change for us. Everything that's happened in 2017 has really inspired me to move on and make some goals in 2018. I would have never thought that I would have made all the connections at the beginning of last year that I made last year. And so I'm really super grateful for those things. Some things that I would like to do, some goals for 2018, which are continue on, getting better at homeschooling. Yes, that's like a growth for me every single day. Number 2, I would like to spend some time on my other channel. I have another channel which is called Lifted Up Today, which I've neglected for a while. And one of the big reasons is because of starting homeschooling, I really needed to pull back and focus on that even more than I thought I would. But we are somewhat settled now in our routine, and I would really like to get back to that channel as well. That is a Bible study channel, and we're just going through the Bible. And I believe we left off about Matthew 17 and Genesis 17. So I'd really like to pick that up this year. Also, let's see, what I am... And I've talked to my husband about this, but I said, you know what, I really feel like dubbing this year, and maybe it'll end up differently on retrospect at the end of the year, but I would like to basically theme this year the year of adventure, because there's some things that we have planned already that just sound very adventurous for us, trips and things like that, and plus my own adventure. And I said, you know what, I think that was really going to give me a mindset to overcome hurdles. And if I come up upon opposition, I mean, you can't have an adventure without having opposition. You can't be a superhero without having a foe, without having opposition, or something, a hill or mountain to climb over. So, but I want it to just be one big adventure, and I want to be positive through it, and I want to come out victorious and positive out of it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be upping my exercise, not by a ton, by a realistic amount, because now I'm started keeping a fitness journal for this year to help keep me on point, and but just a bit. So I'm going to be doing 20 minutes of running or 20 minutes of walking. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day, and whatever 20 minutes brings me, at least 20 minutes a day for 5 days a week at least. And then I want to be working on my rebounder more. I want to do at least 20 minutes a day of rebounding work, because that to me is like super fun, and it moves my lymphatic system, and I get all kinds of benefits from that. So I definitely want to do that. I have it out in the main area still, so I could use it, the kids can use it, my hubby can use it. And then also my weights, I pulled back toward the end of last year on my weights, and I want to reintroduce a little bit more of that for more toning. So I'm going to be doing weights at least 3 times a week. I ended up hurting my arm at the end of last year, so that's one of the reasons why I pulled back. And then, let's see, I need to increase my water every day. That's something that I ended up pulling back on as well, and I need to make sure that I'm diligent about that. So I'm really going to be tracking that. And sometimes I end up tracking my food on Weight Watcher app, but I don't end up tracking my water on the app. I'm going to be more diligent about using the app to its full potential. Also, let's see, I want to balance my time with more respite time. So I want to be sure to take the moment at the end of the day to have some tea and fruit, whatever I need, and maybe take a moment and do some reading, and find some time to schedule some more downtime where I'm doing crafts, where I'm doing arts, which are things that I love to do and don't ever seem to find the time to do. And then also what I'm going to be doing is scheduling my cleaning schedule, because I used to do that and it was amazing. It was wonderful. It really reduced the anxiety over things that I didn't get to, because I knew I would get to them. And then it just seems like, I kind of let that go somewhere for years, and I'd really like to get back to that now. So I am ready to schedule myself again. So I'm going to be using my old planner that I'm no longer using, and that's going to be my cleaning planner. So that way I can schedule not only the daily things, but the deep things like the oven cleaning and baseboards and things like that only get done like once a month. At least I'll know that they're going to get done. And that will take that a bit of anxiety out. Plus, what I could do is add the honeydew list to that. So I know what to remind my honey about where I need his help. So that's going to help to reduce some of that anxiety and that stress. So anyway, those are my goals here. So I showed you my planners before. I showed you, I don't know, did I show you this? I am going to be keeping this little card here, which is going to show you, this is how much I want to lose for the next year. I need to take off, it sounds like a lot. My husband thinks it's too much. So along the way, if I need to bring it down and change my focus and my goal, I'll do that. But right now, I want to take 13 pounds off by July 3rd. July 3rd is my birthday. and it's deep in swimsuit season, so I want to be down 13 pounds by then. I keep track of my weight on my app, but I do not speak about it on my channel, the actual number, because my husband watches my channel. Long story, but I don't want him to know what the number is. Anyway, I decorated it, and there are 16 slots here, but I only want to fill in 13. So as I lose a pound, I'll fill it in with red, and I'll give myself a little star here at the end. So I'm going to keep this card in my office on the wall, or maybe I should keep it in my planner. I'm still deciding. But anyway, that's 7 months to take off 13 pounds. I should be able to do that, but since I'm close, it is actually harder for me to do that. It's really hard. My weight just does not want to budge. So I'm really going to be focusing to do that. Another part of my focus this year is going to be whole foods. And you may have noticed me increasing that a little gradually. I also talked a couple of videos ago on the fact that we have very allergic child, and we're going to have to change some of our food choices to help accommodate him because he can't have certain things. So you'll see some of those changes as well. So anyway, if you have any questions, write them in below. Otherwise, I will see you in 2018. This is just going to be a year of adventure. I mean, if you're going to have an adventure, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have hills and valleys. You're going to have foes. You're going to have things that you need to overcome, but it's still an adventure. And I think looking at it that way keeps us positively focused. And that's what I want to be, is I want to be positively focused, and I want to come out a victor out of this year, having learned so much more in this wonderful journey called life and in this adventure. So thank you for sharing that with me. And I hope you have a wonderful 2018, and I will see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.